Hi everyone! If you've been following along, you'll remember that I was nominated for YouTuber of the Month, which is an initiative by Mike's Gaming Gala. Well, I can tell you now that I won! Cheers! So, I want to thank everyone for voting, visiting, and viewing. And now, with that, please enjoy the final episode in the Sega Master System series. We've been abducted by aliens, we've fought wars in our shorts and thongs, we've been beaten up by a penguin, and we've even entrusted the reputation of a company to a dirty hippie. We've had quite a journey here at Benji's RetroSpective, and we've only just begun. And without further ado, the final game in the Master System series. Wonderboy 3, The Dragon's Trap, released in 1989 on the Sega Master System by VIII. Now, spoiler alert, this game is fantastic, and it basically needs its own shelf. So, let's pop in the final game in the Master System series. For now, more on that later. Here we go, Wonderboy 3. So this was also released on Game Gear in 1992, called Wonderboy Dragon's Trap. It was also ported to the TurboGrafx 16, known as the PC Engine in Japan, called Dragon's Curse. A remake by Lizard Cube was titled Wonderboy The Dragon's Trap, was released in April of 2017. More on that later. Wonderboy 3 The Dragon's Trap was praised for its colourful graphics, incredible soundtrack, and fantastic gameplay, and was highly regarded in the retrosphere of that era. In a creative twist, this game starts at the end of the previous game in the series, Wonderboy 2, Wonderboy in Monsterland, which we've already covered. In it, you are escaping the final castle when you fight the Mecha Dragon. You must avoid his flames and strike his face. Just like in Monster Boy 2, when you defeat a boss, a coin spring will appear. Try to collect as many coins as you can before touching the blue flame, because as soon as you do, you will transform, in this case, into a dragon. But there are multiple transformations in this game, including a mouse, a hawk, and a lion, to name a few. And they all have their own unique abilities. The dragon, his is simply a flame projectile. Wonderboy has been cursed. He critically wounds the ugly beast, but its final breath turns Wonderboy into a lizard man. The young fighter must now seek out the Salamander Cross, the only force that can restore him back to his normal self. But first, he must find it. So after that, you'll find yourself at the game's first village. By going into the first door, you'll see a pig with a password. This game uses passwords as its save feature. Thank God. The pigs are scattered throughout the world, and they are identified by the church cross icons. Oh, I take it back. Other doors contain shops for buying equipment, items, and there's also doctors where you can buy health. Pressing pause takes you to the status screen, where you will see all your items and equipment. And unlike Monster Boy 2, you can actually equip items and equipment. For an older game, it's very intuitive, with its shortcut doors in some places. That way, you don't have to traverse all the way back to an area. Some treasure chests hold hearts, which are permanent health upgrades. You'll definitely want to keep an eye on those and collect them. And others may have coin springs, potions, and an occasional key. This is an odd statement, but this is a game I have a strong nostalgia for, but I never played it growing up. Graphics on this are some of the best on the system in my opinion. Very detailed backgrounds, sprites, and items. Each character is expressive and well fleshed out. I mean, just take another look at this poor guy. He looks like Solid Snake. Now, the music. Oh man. Every track is memorable and intricate, to me personally. And to this day, I find myself listening to the OST of this game, the remake, and Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom on a fairly regular basis. Honestly, the music in this is nothing short of amazing. So, for starters, the only Wonderboy game I ever played, was back in the day, was the first one. But, as I stated in that episode, a while back, I played its distant cousin, Adventure Island, on the NES, much more, since I owned the second one. Wonderboy 2 and 3, I only played around 3 or so years back, when I attained them physically. Now, as I cryptically mentioned at the top of this episode, this is the game I felt an immediate sense of nostalgia for, having never actually played it. I was hooked. It's a substantial upgrade to the second one, character swapping, passwords, warp doors, etc. I cleared it when I first got it, which is something I can't say about the second one. So I was at a cash converters a few months back, which is a pawn shop in Australia, second-hand shop. And I usually drop in there to scope out the PS4 games, and sometimes Xbox games, because nowadays, those are fairly priced. They're not too expensive. And lo and behold, I found an absolute gem for only $12. Wonderboy 3, The Dragon's Trap Remake on the PS4, which is the full game lovingly recreated in an incredible storybook art style. And much like Alex Kidd, it has some very welcome features in the form of retro toggles. The original music and visuals, with a tap of a button, can be accessed. It's fun to seamlessly swap between the two. And one other thing, I love the cheeky note on the back cover of this. Highly recommend it. Now on pricing, this title is likely in most people's top 10 or even top 5. Wink wink. Luckily, it's not too unattainable in that regard. A cart will run you about $30, and complete, boxed, that goes for about 80 on average. I have to say it is well worth the admission. So, there you go. Wonderboy 3, The Dragon's Trap. Just an incredible game. Fantastic visuals, amazing gameplay, and just top tier music. Like, seriously, the music in this is so good. So as I said, this basically deserves its own shelf. It really does. So, can you believe it? We've finished with the Master System series. Now, as I alluded to before earlier, if I come across another game, however that may be, I will review it. So for example, if I'm on NES and it's episode, 70, then the Master System game will be episode 70A or 70 asterisk, something like that. Just not to mess with the chronology of the show, but I'll still review it. So as for what's next, I will be posting a channel roadmap next week, detailing what to look forward to, so definitely stay tuned for that. Now, thank you to everyone who's been on this journey with me so far, whether you jumped on straight from the go, episode 1, or came in halfway through. I'm very grateful to everyone who watches, subscribes, comments, and just visits. Very grateful. Thank you. And as I said at the start of the episode, we've only just begun. See you later.